Hi, I'm involved in the Let Toys Be Toys campaign. This is my kind of other project, my kind of volunteer project. And I wanted to, there's so many things that I could talk about this, I could bang on about it for hours, but I wanted to talk about something very specific about how well you can understand your audience and the audiences you're trying to reach by listening on social media, even if you have no money and no budget and not even all that much time. So just very quickly, we're a campaign that challenges gender stereotypes. It's a group of parents that met online. Jo, who came to receive the Care 2 award last night, that's only the third time I've ever met her, because we're completely organised online. The money that we've won through this award is going to mean a tremendous amount to us because it's more money than we've ever spent. So it's a big deal for us, and we've had a lot of success despite our tiny, tiny size. So 14 retailers have now changed or promised to change boys and girls signage in store. And 8 publishers have committed to not publish books that are branded as for boys or girls. So this is the kind of stuff that we were set up to challenge, that construction toys get displayed under a sign that says boys toys, tech and science toys labelled as boy stuff. These are signs from Morrison's and Debenhams. These are all gone. You won't see these anymore. Science toys under gifts for boys, just girls and just boys in the Centre Parks toy shops, just to be extra exclusive. And this is what Debenhams toy shops look like now. Organised by genre, not gender, as we put it, or just organised by type. It's actually not that hard to find a doll labelled dolls. It really is not a problem. So aims and objectives. This is how we talk about ourselves. We're asking the toy and publishing industries to stop limiting children's interests. Really what we're about is challenging gender stereotypes, and obviously toys and books is a way of getting people thinking about what we are telling children about what it means to be a boy or a girl or a man or a woman. But you will notice that the word gender does not appear anywhere in that, and there's a very good reason for that. And that's because we've learned through a lot of time communicating on social media, and that means listening as well as tweeting incessantly and posting stuff on Facebook. And we've learned a lot about what are the barriers to supporting our campaign. So there are lots of people out there who kind of rushed to us and said, oh, thank God somebody's doing something like this. Has been driving me nuts for years. And that's brilliant, and we're really happy that those people have come to us. It felt like all we had to do was run up a flag and they all appeared. But what we want to reach is the parents and the toy buyers and the grannies and the granddads who've never really given this much thought. And for a lot of that audience, the word gender is just a complete turn-off. And actually, if you start talking about gender neutral, really all they can think about is this. It really does not give them any warm feelings. It doesn't make them think about fun toys that everybody would want to play with. It makes them think of scary androgyny that they're really not very comfortable with. So we tend to avoid the word gender because we have learned through listening and engaging with people that this is not a word that gets us to where we want to be. And we've learned as well that people really don't like to be preached to about their parenting, not very surprisingly. You have to be very careful about how you talk to people about how they behave towards their children. People don't want to be made to feel bad about their parenting. They certainly don't want to be made to feel bad about a shopping decision, about buying a fun toy for a child. So we've learned to be very careful about how we couch our messages. So this was our Christmas message this year. It's very much focused on children, on choice, on opportunities, on how marketing limits children. This was a photo that was given to us, and this is again an example of the amazing stuff that people will do for you for free. This was a photography student who just contacted us and said, I did this for my photography degree project, do you want it? And we said, yes, yes, thank you very much, we will use this. And this did kind of well, it got quite shared. We had a thunderclap, it got 1,000 sign-ups, and it went round, and we were kind of happy with that. We were less sort of happy, really, with what our Australian sister campaign, Play Unlimited, which was set up by a couple of supporters who contacted us and went, who's doing something in Australia? And we said, you. This was their message at Christmas: no gender December, no room for stereotypes under my Christmas tree. And we were kind of worried that this was probably going to backfire, especially as we had steered clear, very, very clear of political involvement. We had political support. We didn't really talk about it until we had cross-party support. This campaign was launched by a Green senator on behalf of the campaign. And this had a fairly predictable effect. This is Larissa Waters, the Green senator, whose head has been photoshopped onto Barbie. And the kind of mainstream press response was very much kind of, loony lefties want to make you never buy a doll for your daughter again. They want all boys and girls to wear beige boiler suits, etc. And so this is the Mail Online coverage. It's always Barbie, they really go for Barbie. And it was actually criticised by the Prime Minister of Australia, which obviously I appreciate. Australia's not brilliant, things are a little bit different. Tony Abbott. Nonetheless, it's not really a campaign result. But on the other hand, they had massive publicity, global publicity, which obviously, you know, had quite an effect on us. And we did think, gosh, you know, is that better? Is that, you know, we made a little noise, they made a very big noise. What's the result? But of course, what it was incredibly polarising. So what happened is they generated a lot of new supporters who were in that category of people who would have supported them anyway. But it was massively alienating to that large pool of people that in the middle that we've made such an effort to reach out to and talk to. We're very proud of the fact that we've had 3 or 4 quite positive pieces in the Mail now, which for those of you not in the UK is not a place you'd expect to be being very supportive about kind of gender issues, frankly. The comments are another matter, but you know, we'll just leave that aside. You know, we're immensely proud to be reaching out with a message that your average Mail reader can engage with about actually it's not okay for retailers to be telling your children what they should like. It was, and the campaign felt that, you know, this was not the result that they were aiming for, let's be honest. What we feel is that, you know, it's a great case study of, you know, what we feel we'd learned from listening on social media, that you might not have a budget for an enormous amount of research into your audience, but actually if you're spending an enormous amount of time out there talking to them, even if that's kind of in a virtual sense, you can learn an enormous amount about what the barriers are to supporting your campaign, and you can then craft your messages to fit that. And then a kind of little proviso is that actually we spent all that time on crafting our messages, and then what you have to be ready for is just that what happens is not what you expect. And what really went kind of mental, how many people have seen this? Yeah, fair number. So this tweet, this was something that a supporter, she's not a member of the campaign formally or anything, tweeted this and mentioned us in Tesco's because her own daughter just went, nuts, this is wrong. And it was funny, so she tweeted it. And so did another 12,000 people because it's a great picture. But this went way beyond 12,000 retweets. If you look at the Metro story there, that got 41 million shares. 1.2 shares, I mean, that's just 2 of kind of dozens of media snips that happened around that picture. But what was powerful for us is that we were ready to respond to that because we knew what we had to say about this. We knew what our position was. We could just ride the wave of it and just go, well, you know, sometimes you prepare and sometimes you just kind of roll with what you get. Thank you.